Good evening, everyone. First things first, I'm Andrea, and we're trying out this real-time, low-latency streaming crap tonight. So theoretically, I should be able to respond to you as soon as you type something in the chat. Someone types out Pyre, says Elisa. There we go. Right there. I responded to that right away. And that's awesome. So, yeah, if it ends up turning crappy, then we'll turn it off. But for right now, it seems to be working. So, let's get to the game. How is everyone doing tonight? I see Lisa and Andy and Christy in the chat. It's so cool nowadays that we've got a just big enough of an audience that starting up the stream, you can basically depend on at least a couple of people turning up. That's a really good feeling, y'all. Hey there, Alma. Good to see you too. Still a couple seconds, but there's only so much you can do to avoid latency. Absolutely. Yes, we are in the future. So now, if I take a while to respond to you, you know it's just because I'm ignoring the chat like an asshole. Speed of light being what it is. Well, I don't think we're quite there yet either. Alright, we're going to the Hulk of Orez, or the Hulk of Ors, depending on which version of the pronunciation we're using. I like the Greek pronunciations. So we get Orez and such. It's much nicer. Anyway, we're going to continue your journey. Alright, so we take off. And now where the fuck are we going? I guess towards this. I hope we find Tree Boy again so I can smash into him. Let's hope that I can remember, like, all the voices and everything, and all the controls, too. Both are important. I heard it was Orez's monster. The Howlk of Orez. Oh, I like that. Point of interest. The inverted fall of Solium roars into the sky. Somewhere beyond it lies the Commonwealth, beyond your vision and beyond your grasp.
Alas, that we can't simply fly on back up to our homeland. This wagon has its limitations, I'm afraid. But we shall return yet. Let us continue now along the path.
I remember we sent Tizo to the Commonwealth. We have not liberated anyone else yet. We had to stop before we reached that point last week. Alright, where am I supposed to land now? There's the fall. Obviously, I can't just land at the fall. So I guess I need to land closer to the foot of the hill. Here we go. Emperor's Ascent. A gap through the nameless lower summits beneath Mount Aladil. You sense Ruki shall gain favor from the scribes. Or a pathway on the outskirts of Mount Aladil's nameless lower summits. You sense Sir Gilman shall gain favor from the scribes if you land here. Which do we want to do? Ooh, you guys can answer me in real time, too. Andy wants to go for Emperor's Fall. Any other votes? The other one is Ruki at Emperor's Ascent. So we can give one of them bonuses. I will vote Gilman every time, says Andy. Gilman of the two, alright. Every character in this is just so good, though. You make the landing on the sacred Mount Aladil, upon whose summit the next Liberation Rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her or their freedom this time. They are my children and I love them. Even Tariq eventually. Ah, good old Tariq. Balford finds you after the post-flight inspection.
We shall have to take the rest of the trip to the Fall of Solium by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. That should raise the chances that our plan shall ultimately succeed.
There's not a bad character, but we kind of leveled Ruki's big problem already. That's true, which is why I'm not going to feel too sad about letting him go if we decide to send him home. Unless there are bigger problems than having your family in debt to Cockney Rottweiler. Later that day, you accompany Sir Gilman into the solemn beauty of Emperor's Fall, where a monument to Gol Golathanian awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Sir Gilman's inner thoughts, as clear as if he were speaking aloud. Have this night's glory days gone by, he often wonders. Perhaps you know the answer to that. Please do not spoil it for him. Soon, you and he are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Gol Golathanian has shown you favor. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent. For now, the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. Sir Gilman has gained +2 hope for the next rite. Sir Gilman is fuming in anger over something, so much so that you are hesitant to approach him, but you approach him anyway. Exile is too light a sentence for this night! He notices you, then seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. No! Greetings to you, noble Master Reader! What brings you to this night this afternoon? Sir Gilman is attempting to make small talk. Such venting of emotion is uncommon, even for the likes of this particular worm knight. You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected, but then... Yes, this little eyeball man is the best. He looks like Suezo from Monster Rancher if you stretched him out real hard. Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then, you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. A thing you never say to an upset person. Calm down. Yeah. Having said that, here then are the troubles you have requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This knight stood there in the front lines whilst the high-wing remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then 2 by 2, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. Hey, Xenon, we're in real time. This night he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain even now. Legit, I would play the heck out of a Final Fantasy Tactics-style tactical combat game based on the Downside Commonwealth War. Oh, hell yeah. I would love to see this story continued. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge! If not for his craven cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum, it might have held at least a while longer. But instead we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Thus came the time for penance, and this knight, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on the sentence to the downside. And as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters of the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyre Hearts, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see they lacked wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it, the leadership they sought, and his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the sea dominion, he had little choice but to comply, or so at first he thought. When he encountered you in the Nightwings, something awakened within him. With so little honor left to lose, and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps Under King Orez yet has plans in store. Oh, excuse me. In which this knight may play a part. This knight, he clings, however vainly, to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all this. Yeah, now that I'm really noticing those background accents, they are super good. Alright, so what are we doing here? We got forage for resources, study in private, or mentor a companion. Once again, we're at a point where we could use the mentoring, but foraging for resources seems to generally be the way to go. Have I studied before? I don't think I have. It doesn't seem very useful unless the bonuses are massive. I mean, we can give it a shot. I think it's only handy once you do it a few times, so valuable's probably the smart. Oh, foraging for resources is probably the smart play. Or I could just start doing this over and over again. You know what? Let's start studying. Let's give it a shot since we haven't done it at all. You find a relatively quiet clearing to study the Book of Rites with undivided attention. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Attribute bonuses you bestow on all of your fellow exiles who participate in the rites. Ooh, +1 hope, +1 quickness, +1 presence, or... we have to do each of them. Each of these before we can get glory. Alright, sure. Well, let's start with quickness. Had to study 4 times to max it out. Alright. So it actually maxes out at... Okay. You concentrate on your knowledge of the 8 scribes and how together they compose the Book of Rites among their many feats. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. You have gained the Reader's Influence, Celerity. All Nightwings gain +1 quickness, rank 1 of 2. Alright. I didn't realize these were permanent. I thought it was just for the next match. That's much better than I had expected. Alright, let's continue on and actually be doing this sometimes. We've got plenty of stuff, so... Alright, so the Temple Cistern for Jody, or the Temple High Road for Pamitha. Let me check my... Oh, I can't check my stats from here. I should have checked down below. Wanted to see... I guess Pamitha is going to be further behind, so she'd be a good one to toss in here. I'm in for more Pam. Alright. Penultimate Pam. Alright, let's go Pam then. On the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Luce Glorian, and Pamitha happens to take notice. Talking to the dead again, Pamitha. Fine, why not? Ought to keep your mind off things. Just don't go getting your hopes up. Your life back there, it wouldn't be any better anyway. She says little after paying her respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Luce Glorian has shown you favor. Pamitha gained +2 presence. Alright. You and your companions gather once more at the Scribe's Gate, where a single, narrow trail leads upward toward the summit past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you towards the archway, where his counterpart awaits. The exiles of the Nightwings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is you seek whilst crossing the Scribe's Gate. Please, do just as she says. Everyone steps forth one after another, much like before. Sir Gilman passes... Oh, wait. Sir Gilman passes through the gate. Hedvin passes through the gate. Joe Dario passes through the gate. Ruki passes through the gate. Pamitha passes... I should have just done it in their voices. No, wait, go back. What am I going back to? Faye passes through the gate. Volfred passes through the gate. And no one is left to go but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The Guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you with a still expression. Then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the Gate Guardian. You have our gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. Sir Gilman's voice, but only when the narrator's talking about him. I like the way you think. Again, you gain the top of Mount Aladil, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall soon follow Tizo from this place. I mean, honestly, if we lose, I'm probably going to reset, so... yeah, you got, you know, it gets real awful cold up here sometimes waiting for customers, so come on in, okay? And good luck in that big battle thing you got. That's where you're going, isn't it? I heard it's going to be exciting for my friends. Aww. Alright. Luminous Idol, blah, blah, blah. Well, we definitely want to get a handful of Stardust, so we gotta sell something. No, I'm keeping Tizo's Legendary Talisman forever. Let's sell that. It'll give us plenty. Grab this. There we go. Now we can upgrade something. So, we'll be seeing you guys! Alright. The prayer beads. I forgot he had the prayer beads. Alright, perfect. There. Achievement unlocked. 20. Start Duster. Okay. Anyway, now he does not get banished for dropping into the enemy pyre. So that's real good. Alright, so obviously these two are going to come in. Who will be our third? I kind of want to send Faye up. Specifically because she and Tizo are good friends. And I think it'll be good for her to have him there. Alright. It'll be good for both of them, really. The time has come for your second Liberation Rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Vulfrid speaking in hushed tones, but can't sense the topic or the tone. Then Vulfrid looks up at you.
I trust that you're feeling as prepared as possible, my girl. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have a more immediate effect. It's somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal. We are all in this together. Besides, we all ought to return in time if possible. Know simply that for each one of us who goes, in doing so, he or she shall raise our total chances of success. Reader, madam, this night you shall confront the Essence. They've already appointed Tamitha to be liberated, should they manage to prevail. We all have faith in you, my girl, and lo, even the stars agree on this account.
But then she can't get self-shipped with dog... What? Oh, right. Oh, Weeaboo. I forgot about him. Alright, let's see. At the start of this rite, your adversary's Pyre shall gain plus 30 health. Minus 30 health, or we're not bringing in Jodariel, so... Adversaries each gain plus 8 hope. It's nasty. Adversaries shall be more cunning and much quicker to react. You know what? Let's just go without an extra challenge. Can I turn this one off? Yeah, I can. Good. See, I thought you meant Rookie when you said Dog Boy. And I was like, they haven't really done much interacting. Tamitha forgot keys. BRB. Alright.
The Nightwings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union. At stake this night is freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this Liberation Rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the Essence which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared.
I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared.
Then, anointed one of the Essence, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Tamitha Thane. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the High-Wing remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan. Then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes, Tamitha Thane. Here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore like your Triesta Tethys. We shall not fall in line with the flightless fools and their naked attempts to subsume our heritage and our culture. Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha Thane. Tamitha scoffs, then turns her attention toward your side. And Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall imminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for devastation should you manage to return. Rude. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the Liberation Rite?
Reader, I am bound to tell you once more. The first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night if you prevail. Only the enlightened may be thus anointed. Not all among you may yet be ready. The other two chosen for this triumvirate shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision.
Set free.
Everyone but Hedvin and Pamitha is enlightened, apparently. Alright, we're gonna anoint little Faye. Ma'am, this is a sporting arena. Please gear down.
Faye.
Oh, you mean me? That I get to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay?
Who shall strive for her? Sir Gilman.
By this knight's honor, he shall fight with all his might. Sure, let's get her out of here then.
The choice is cast.
One final obstacle to overcome ere I can soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it, but first let us dance this final time. Alright, let's see if I remember the controls.
Commence.
Alright. Got me out of the air. Gilman time! Boom! As the Liberation Rite continues, you sense Pamitha reaching out to you, or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone please, let her prevail. Let her prevail. Please let her prevail. Here, this once. Oh, wow. Do I have to throw this? Ooh, alright everyone, do we throw this? Do we throw this for Final Pam? If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Tamitha prevail, for she is here wrapped up in all of this because of me. Like, I'm confident I can win this. Do we throw? The plea trails off and Pamitha remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the Liberation Rite. And as for Tamitha... Prepare yourselves, Nightwings, and as for you, Pamitha, I await the outcome of this night, for it shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance again. I kind of want to throw it. Oh, shit. I mean, she also wants to burn the common... That's true, so in the end it could actually help. Oh! Alright, let's make it... Whoops. Let's make it look convincing, though. Oh, shit. Oh!
That ought to wake you up.
Oh, sure, you gotta sell. Yeah, see?
Banished all of them.
Yeah, let's just toss it in. Plus, this lets us keep Faye with us a little longer. Oh, shit. I keep forgetting that she doesn't... Oh, shit! That was actually accidental, but it works out.
Shame.
Oh, yeah, look at us working so hard to beat y'all. Definitely can't let these guys win. That would just be the worst thing we could do, right? If we were to let them win. Yeah, that's right, you move out the way. Oh, shit.
Unfortunate.
Yes, I am throwing to make Pamitha happy. Oh, wow, look at that. How did I let that happen?
There it is.
Yep.
The essence proved their worth.
Achievement unlocked. Mercy shown.
Certainly did not.
So the game is very well aware that I threw that. Also to keep Faye around and also maybe let Tamitha do some of our job destabilizing the Commonwealth. Yeah, so it works out on all levels.
The exile appointed by the essence shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Good stuff. I can't go home? I can't go home, at least not yet. I can't go home just yet because maybe because of the scribes. They want me to stay with all of you. Commonwealth fools. How fitting that traditions such as this should spring forth from a culture such as yours. They ought to put me to the sword, but no, they in their arrogance and in their smug superiority deigned reason that those such as I ought to be exiled instead. Here then we would live in penitence and learn the error of our ways. She laughs for once, though not with joy. Such utter nonsense. And now they shall receive me open-armed, a champion forged by their precious system. Yet I shall use every waking breath to bring them all to ruin. She turns to her fellow sisters of the Essence and regards them with respect. Sisters, we may not be bound by blood, but ours is a stronger bond even than that. May we soar together in the stars someday, And I swear to you the High-Wing remnants shall survive. Farewell, sisters. A moment later, she's gone, engulfed within the waters of the Shimmer Pool. Yet you hear her voice reverberate one last time. Farewell, sisters! Tamitha has earned back her freedom. Accept this, for it is done.
Godspeed, Tamitha Thane. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Faye, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. A rush of enlightenment gained from surviving a tough situation, awarded only this one time. Through failure do we tend to learn the most valued of lessons, provided we survive. So too has Sir Gilman, not in spite of this setback with the essence, but because of it. And Pamitha is no exception. She has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what has transpired. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes now and all throughout your quests is to be yours alone. There we go. Good stuff.
Until the rites begin anew.
Well, Tamitha, I knew full well I could never give back to you the years you spent in exile. And I knew I could never regain your trust. But maybe now at least, I can start to live with myself again. Though, how absurd. I might have doomed the Commonwealth, the High-Wing remnants, and Tamitha alike this night, and yet, once more, all I can think of is myself. Need a drink. Alright, that went well. That went well. Always happy to doom the Commonwealth. Always a good time. Page revealed on Mercy. After the Liberation Rite, you find Pamitha drinking alone. Everyone else seems to be off doing something equivalent. You're about to leave her to be when she looks up at you. That's that then, reader darling. Mission accomplished. Is that what you want to hear, that my loyalties have all this time rested with Tamitha? You know that it's not that simple. Besides, I think I've made plain my intentions from the start. I'm here because of her. She looks up at you then. But I'm still here because of you. She pauses again for a long time. I don't know the reasons why we failed that Liberation Rite. Were the Essence simply superior to us, perhaps? But I don't wish to know. And as you can probably detect here, darling, I feel no joy in this outcome. But I feel as though a part of me was liberated there along with Tamitha. So, and I realize this may make little sense right now, but thanks, if nothing else, for being there to help me see through. She then gestures towards you with her bottle. Commemorate the occasion with Pamitha? Hell yeah! You accept the bottle and the two of you drink in silence for a time. Nothing more needs to be said. As the hour grows late, you excuse yourself and leave her to her thoughts. If Pamitha ever was conflicted in her intentions, you sense that now she is fully committed to the group. She's nothing else to strive for.
We did what we could. With each Liberation Rite, we strive to advance our plan.
31%, so it did go up, because I think it was 30 before.
A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take it you've seen the stars, or I should say, the lack thereof.
You have, or did. Once more, the sky is all abyssal darkness, following the Liberation Rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path.
Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I've an errand I must run. Besides, once we arrive, best we recover now and make our way southward at first light.
You approach Jodariel, who seems to be busy explaining something to Sir Gilman. And so, feinting left against them proves to be reliable. They all lead with their right wings when they choose to strike. They're quick, but can leave themselves quite vulnerable.
Such sage counsel, madam! This knight feels most emboldened should he ever again be forced to confront the high-wing remnants in single combat!
Pray you never shall. Being here, I suppose it's unlikely. She notices you then. Reader, the good knight and I were just comparing survival strategies we picked up on the blood border. Reminiscing on old times, it could be called. Jodariel's teaching him how to punch better. Yeah, she is. She's so sweet.
Indeed! The good Jodariel has volunteered to become this knight.
Wow, my teeth vibrated when I said indeed there.
The good Jodariel has volunteered to become this knight's master-at-arms, should we ever achieve our liberty together, and this knight humbly accepted.
What? I said no such thing. I owe you nothing, worm.
Nah, but the finest lessons are the harshest made, madam. This knight is overjoyed that you would thusly train him as your protege.
Reader, spare me, please. You somehow managed to steer the subject back to military tactics.
This knight is most impressed with your familiarity with the finer points of being sliced to ribbons by the high-wing remnants, Master Reader.
Sir Gilman and Jodariel continue the conversation for some time. You sense they're in relatively good spirits, all things considered. Alright, who's in first place right now? I mean, besides us. Looks like a 9-3 from the Tempers. So Bruce Campbell's leading the pack right now. But he's also got very low favor. So he's leading the pack in wins, but also has low... How does that work? Huh. Regardless, Chungus won, and... Oh, who is this? I don't remember who these guys are. Oh, right. Chungus 2, Lendl the Liar. So Chungus 1 and Chungus 2 are in the lead right now. Chungus and the Chungatones. There you go. You once again find yourself in the quiet nooks of Moonlight Alcove. Here you can await the time until the stars deign to shine for you once again. Bide your time.
We have returned to a place of respite. Please make yourselves comfortable, such as you can. We're at the mercy of the stars, but I expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do.
There, from atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder when the stars shall align themselves once more. There, upon the sacred mountain, you and your companions once more await the night. Stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all a part of is set in motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood almost for 1,000 years, is in turmoil. If your companions return there through the Liberation Rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening, amid a downpour, with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Volfred requests everybody to convene. You understand he has an announcement of some sort. Soon everyone is assembled, and Volfred regards the group.
Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I have not talked about with you at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them?
He lets the question hang a moment in the air.
I'll tell you what I see in all of you, in all of us. I see in all of us a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from the different tribes which later formed our commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness. I believe the scribes themselves desired, or shall I say desire, such a course. Together they created all this ceremony of which we are now a part. The exiles, liberated through their rites, went on to found the Commonwealth based on their values and their teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we're all united, on the other side in solidarity, people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we're still missing one key representative on behalf of Molten Malith. 4th of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Impassioned or the Wild Witch. And I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed.
He motions for someone to approach. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognize her straight away.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to a dear old friend of mine, whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwings, Bertrude.
The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by way of greeting.
We are to understand that ye require further aid from us.
Yes, dear Bertrude, the time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I've ever met. You soon will find that she knows much about the rites as well.
Big Bertrude, she's been dead for 30 years. She big, she rude, they call her Big Bertrude. Makes sense to me. Bertrude looks you and your fellow exiles each in turn.
We frighten ye, apparent.
Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions.
Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them.
She takes her leave without another word. Oh, I like her.
Please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee shall more than make up for it.
Everyone disperses. It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Bertrude joined the group. You sense her powerful presence. Welcome aboard.
Now then, my girl, perhaps you noticed that the stars are bright once more up there behind those stubborn rains, meaning it is time we got back to business. Indeed, once more several stars shine brightly within the cold and storming sky.
The stars themselves await the will of the Nightwings. Alright, so today we have Haub the Midnight Star, Gull the South Star, Jomur the something something. So let's take a look at whomst we are up against. At Haub, we'll be fighting Bruce Campbell. At Gull, we'll be fighting Chungus 1. And at Jomur, we'll be fighting Sir Deluge. All good choices. Gilman needs to rest for a match, so we're not going to go with Jomur, I don't think. But we can go fight Bruce Campbell or Chungus 1. What do y'all think? And for those who haven't seen, yes, he is literally just Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell? Wow, what am I saying? Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell for Jody. Very fine with Bruce Campman. Alright. Bill Crabapple. Here we go. Bill Dorr. Bill Burr. Looks like we have to face the Tempers again next time, which means Ignarius. He's probably still angry that we beat him in the Liberation Rite. Hedvin then offers you such details as he... Oh, that's why their favor is so low, because they lost the Liberation Rite. Hedvin then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignarius, a longtime resident of the Downside, as evidenced by his appearance. The strongest of the Tempers, he's waited years to earn his freedom. Born to a middling Commonwealth family, he got into trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal red light district. There he took many jobs, most involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry Eight, an infamous tavern in the Commonwealth. Widely believed that Commonwealth officials sometimes showed up incognito here to blow off steam, where he came to symbolize its reputation. Bryson Camarella, yeah, that's the guy. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club clientele all gave a cheer. However, this guest turned out to be a very wealthy chamberlain, who then exploited his connections to have Ignarius arrested and exiled. This was 14 years ago. In the Downside, Ignarius dropped his given name, as is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. I mean, I don't even have a name down here, I'm just the reader. In time, he drew the notice of the Tempers, who revealed to him the rights, recruited him into their ranks, and let him work his way up. Now at last, it's his turn. Private Ashley Williams, exactly. He may not be the nicest person in the world. He may not be the nicest person in the world, but that doesn't make it right that he was flushed here with the rest of us. Anyhow, we better get some sleep after today. You wish a good night to Hedvin. Your travels shall continue at first light. Bertrude's decks. Unusual etched cards depicting the Greater Titans, probably for curses and enchantments. Bertrude's status, nearby. Let's pat us some... Oh wait, where are the drive imps? Oh no, they're behind stuff. I'm very sad about that. Well, there's still 3 that we can pat. Yeah, this one's kind of difficult to pat now. Oh, that's sad. You find Big Bertrude looking about the black wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change.
Such a clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last. Unsightly. We remember thee from our abode in Flagging Hands. Then thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do something about that. That's tearing my throat up. She moves in close, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of bog crone of the southern bobs can induce paralysis or worse.
That one, such as thee, can extract meaning from that tome. 'Twas a feat we wish to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites.
Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madam. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require?
We've been unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract amongst thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present.
It is possible that Volfred has a small supply amongst his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some.
That would be agreeable with us.
Then after you, madam. As they depart, you think you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. Yeah, that 50-year-old Marlboro country drawl takes it out of you. Then she sprinkles in Irish diction from time to time just to up the edge. Yep. We shall continue. You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you.
Good morning, reader. I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable.
Nay, Sandalwood. The comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this.
The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience.
Alright. Let's take them all out! Soaring far above the Sclorian shore, you notice Pamitha gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damned place down there. I like it least of all, I think, amongst everywhere we've been. I'm thankful that there's been no reason to return. Reminds me my home is all, the High-Wing remnants. We all grew accustomed to the thinner air amid the cliffs that breaches the clouds above the Commonwealth. But it wasn't the nicest place. Little wonder that my sister settled for a warmer base of operations in this land, there by the nest of Trista. Anyway, I'm pleased to have to spend as little time as possible near here. Let's fly on by and go about our business. Like there's little cutscenes there. What? How dare you, Nightwing scum! I don't remember Lendl's voice. You blasted fools, you can't intimidate the accusers. We shall face you soon enough in the forthcoming rite. But first, we have another pack of fools with whom we must vanquish shortly. Until then, stay out of our way. I didn't even mean to hit him. He kind of spawned on me. I mean, if he hadn't, I would have steered into him, but technically it wasn't my fault. Alright, on to the Cairn of Ha'ub. Alright, so the Lick Sands. Jodariel expressed an interest in seeing how the wild curs in this vicinity are doing. Or the Shunt. Bertrude believes she can find alchemical reagents she requires along this route. So are we going to go with Jodariel, or are we going to go with our new friend Bertrude? The Sharon of the Ha'ub, I believe. Alright, I'll go with that. And he votes Jody. Anyone else got any preference? Since we're taking on another demon. Yeah, that does make sense. Vote Jody versus Bruce. Alright. Explore the Lick Sand, but don't lick the Explore Sand. Valfred's poring over a copy of the Book of Rites as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles.
The Road to Freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my girl. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss?
Fascinating. Tedious. Only skimmed it, or cannot say. You know what? I'm going to go with fascinating, because just the fact that it affects the whole world in such a way is fascinating. You tell Volfred that the book has fascinated you and that you've never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience. I share this sentiment. To have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it is exactly true and how much of it is the scribe's retelling of events? I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It's amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time. Whatever they're made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. The ideas there contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows the existence of this book despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why are in there written plain, how fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interests in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. Alright, we shall continue. You take some of the afternoon to survey the area with Jodario. You observe many curs off in the distance, driven half wild from the heat. They're resorting to their feral ways, unconstrained now by the Commonwealth bylaws. A certain kind of freedom, perhaps. There's nothing you can do for the creatures. The sight of them makes you all too eager to return to the wagon and immerse yourself in your vocations. Alright, we're gonna study in private again. We're gonna do this thing, now that I know the things are, like, permanent. You excuse yourself from the others to go pore over the Book of Rites and its mysteries. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Alright. Let's, get quickness again. The 8 scribes who compose the book, their influence and their experience spreads through the pages into the willing reader's deepest consciousness. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within you cannot tell. You have gained celerity. Now everyone gets +2 quickness. Here we are at the Cairn of Haub.
Jody, baby!
Ah, that was a scoff. Jodariel seems to be fidgeting with her horns. Blast these wretched things, reader. Have you any inkling as to how unwieldy they become with age? I long for the days when the wound in my leg was chief amongst my bodily concerns. Jodariel seems frustrated at her horns. I think they look good. Seems one never grows entirely, so we can either empathize or we can compliment her, and I'm not sure which she'd take better to. Up to y'all. We gonna empathize, or are we gonna point out that, hey, they're pretty cute, honestly. They do look good, but I'm not sure that's what she wants to hear. Alright, we're gonna say they look heavy. You note that her horns do look rather heavy, and express regret that they yet seem to cause her some discomfort. Your sympathy is noted, but it does not change the fact of the matter here. 10 years or so into my stay within this blasted place, I first felt protrusions from my skull. They remained hidden by my hair for quite some time, but I knew that wouldn't last. We all heard much of the demons in the Commonwealth. Sinners rightfully exiled would assume their rightful forms. Thus, when my horn started to sprout, I took it as an indication that perhaps this was indeed the fate that I deserved. She trails off a while. I know somewhat better now. Anybody of our kind left down here long enough and left alive becomes like this. Something in the climate? It's difficult to say. Get it. A disease of sorts, but not a deadly one. If anything, the opposite. If we live long enough, then we live longer still, like this, extending thus our sentence into exile. Sometimes I think if these horns are here to symbolize my sins, then surely they're going to recede if I ever return. On nights when these damned horns prevent my sleep, my thoughts inevitably stray to that hopeless idea. A naive hope which never leaves, despite prolonged attempts to rid myself of it. Oh, get it? Because it's devil's horns. Very nice. Horns are not worth the trouble, reader. She nods wryly as she heads out into the afternoon. Aww. Oh, hey, you guys, you know, Dad here, he doesn't like talking too much, but don't get weirded out or anything, because I think he likes you. Especially if you keep buying stuff. Alright, let's buy more sandstone or whatever. Alright. There we go, that's enough, right? Yep, we're good. Let's upgrade a talisman. They're leaving, Dad. Just look at how much we got this time. Yeah, she didn't dump a bunch of hope, so. That still amazes me. That the entire thing that Hedvin's trial depended on seemed specifically to come from the talisman that he got as a prize for completing the trial without the talisman. That's just bizarre to me. There we go. Typically, Jodariel is always amongst the first to start making preparations for the rites, just as soon as you arrive amid such places as the stark badlands of the Cairn of Ha'ub. This time, however, she does not assist the others. She hasn't even donned the raiments. Your concern is noted, reader, but it is misplaced. It is only that the one we are to face this time, Ignarius. We denied his liberty before. It seems almost cruel to set him further back. How absurd that I should even care. It's simply that I seldom see those with features similar to mine, those who have survived here long enough to earn their horns. I shall go now to prepare. Soon it is nightfall and the stars begin to shine. She doesn't want to play against him. Alright, new Unfathomed Plurnes. Your adversaries shall each have +8 quickness. Jesus. Well, if I do put Jody in, then I can put on both of these and feel fine about it. Like, the amount of extra experience you gain is not that much unless you stack a bunch of these on, so I'm not going to bother too often.
The much vaunted reader has returned, and it would appear her ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we? How very strange that you befriended her. At any rate, your adversaries in this rite shall be the Templars. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
Hey, hey, if it isn't Curly Horns! Surprised they didn't let you out already. Not that I'm complaining, was hoping I'd run into you again. See, when you've been stuck in here for, about 14 years, not that I'm counting or anything, you gain some appreciation for the simple stuff, you know? Bit of cool breeze, a solid meal. Anyway, it's good to see you in one piece is all. Jodario removes her mask and stares at him. Why are you doing this? We have a rite to conduct. Yeah, well, I've conducted a lot of rites, you know. Fat lot of good it's done for me. Yet here you are again. Yeah, anyway. He throws on his mask. Guess we better get things started. Our kind, we got a reputation to uphold. Jodario watches him for several moments, then rejoins your group.
Hold a moment, reader.
The crone Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rites.
Now that Bertrude is amongst our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude.
You know, get it because Cypher. You are thinking of Rygene, one of Cypher's cronies. Gotta get back to this voice.
We expect ye shall soon be inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
Been a while since you played Kingdom Hearts. That is a couple of hours. Oh wow. She's got a big ass jump.
Accomplices. Of one accomplice in particular.
We'll shift to Slither. So she's got the same sort of pounce as Jody.
To exile without sufficient cause.
Her dash is kind of slow, but she's got the shotgun blast that's really, really good. That is real rough to time. There we go. It has to be right as she starts flashing. If you release it while she's flashing, it doesn't work. That's not explained very well. My horrible geometry son was doing real well for a while, but now they keep flipping themselves on their back. What? There's a walking thing?
Now then, reading one. Know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rites, and we shall aid ye in the plan. Thus, we are at thy disposal and await thy bidding.
Alright. Our adversary, Ignarius, his heart is not in this. We should be able to prevail against him without difficulty. I mean, that's kind of been the theme for me in this game. Alright, Jodario. Hedvin. And yeah, Bertrude. Oh right, we should probably put some kind of talisman on her. Recover all stamina. Oh, that'd be good considering her stuff uses up her stamina super fast. Yeah, let's go with that.
Bertrude, it is done.
Ignarius, he's supposed to be the best. Bring it on then, Nightwings. Let's see you beat me again.
Now begin.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Inauspicious start.
That's not a good way to start a match that we're supposed to be able to finish easily.
Begone. Tempers banished to the last.
Boom. There we go. That's how to snuff a flame.
Glory.
Oof. Fuck. Jesus.
Doused his hapless adversary's flames. This is the road to ruin. A rude predicament for the Tempers.
Alright, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Perhaps you are worthy.
Fuck!
Crashing blow
Holy
against
crap.
Pyre.
This is like actually a really rough match. I'm kind of annoyed that Jody said that it was gonna be super easy. You ain't that bad there, Curly Horns, you know? Shame we're on opposite sides like this and all. Fighting over who gets out of here. Yes, the Tempers do not discriminate by race. Back home, I would have just walked up and bought us both a drink. I would have punched you in the mouth. Ignarius laughs heartily at this. That's what I like about you, Curly Horns. You hate my guts as much as I do. Mood. Now come on, let's see you stomp me one more time, just like you Nightwings did up on that mountaintop.
Oh, the fading glory of the great Ignarius. These days he is nothing but an aging brute. Banishment for all.
Yoink.
Pyre shan't survive much more of that.
Step on me, Jody. Ignarius, probably. Ooh, shit. Nope. Oh, come on. I didn't even see him pass.
Both triumvirates are equally as close.
Oh, shit. Jumped right into that. Damn it.
All banished.
Boom.
Headwind down.
Go Headman. I need to be using Headman more. I keep winding up on the others.
Now go on just once more.
Okay. Yoink.
It is done.
It is done.
The Nightwings prevail.
So that was my practice round since we threw the first one.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well, Curly Horns, what can I tell you? Guess your Nightwing still got spring in your step. Huh. You could have prevailed. Why did you hold back? You really want to know there, huh? Indulge me. Sure. You free tomorrow night? Dodariel scoffs at this. She dons her mask. Then she turns and walks away from him without another word. It's because he's lonely. Holy shit. Ignaria simply stands and stares. Damn.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes.
Like, his whole problem is that he's fucking lonely.
A flash of inspiration for next time. The ancient crone called Bertrude opened up her eyes.
Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow ever stronger still.
Alright, let's look at her trees. Axe of Defeat. While Bertrude's Pyre has less health than the adversaries, she deals extra. While Bertrude's Pyre has more health than the adversaries, she deals extra. Ooh. While Bertrude's... And the ultimates are, while Bertrude's Pyre, she does... Okay, that gives defense. And this ultimate, once per rite after saluting adversaries, Bertrude turns them into fast-moving howlers. See, we haven't really done much with T. So I'm tempted to go with the left side. Charge up time before Bertrude can use her Aura Blast is greatly reduced. Bertrude's Aura Blast arcs at a wide angle, banishing a larger area. Okay, both of those are good. I think the left one's better. After Bertrude pounces on an adversary, she instantly recovers all her stamina. While slithering, Bertrude uses 50% less stamina and moves 30% more quickly. Alright, I'm definitely thinking the left side.
The secrets of the Wild Witch revealed.
The passions of the Wild Witch versus the sorceries of the Southern Bogs.
Until the next rite.
After prevailing over the Tempers in a convincing manner, you return to the wagon to find Vulfrid and the lone minstrel in the midst of conversation.
Most strange that this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected.
Nor I, Vulfrid, sir. Then Vulfrid notices you there.
Reader, Tariq and I have observed a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears that the star of Kelmer Rope Collar is illuminated now. It is but another star, except our models and predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the wagon ready in the meantime. You see only a single shining star illuminated far above, just as Vulfrid indicated. You regard the looming star. Kelmer, etc., etc. Alright, let's go. The rogue star burns bright over an isolated little island in the Sea of Solace. Dalbart is already on his way. Then we are summoned to the Isle of Kelmera, deep within the Deathless Tempest. Have you been there before, Tariq?
So long ago, I scarce recall the time. A descent. It is the place from whence these creatures native to this land sprang forth.
Reader, let's not concern ourselves with superstitions held about that place.
We'll set forth at dawn and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. Hey, my friend. Come join Dodariel and me. We were just, doing nothing. Not exactly accurate, Hedvin. She produces a bottle of some sort from her cloak. Still can't believe you got a hold of that, Jody. I have my ways. Oh, I know, but still. Jodariel opens the bottle and pours several glasses. Well then, what shall we toast to? Right now, I got no idea. To friendship, to freedom, to drinking. Fuck it, to drinking. You raise a toast to the tradition in which you now partake, for it's in these seldom precious moments when one can live in the present without concern for the past or fear of the future. It's valuable to simply be from time to time, and such a time presents itself right now within that bottle procured by Jodariel. Damn right, my friend, I'll drink to that. And so they do. The bit of revelry is all too brief, but afterwards you feel as though a burden has been lifted from your shoulders for the time. Let us save the rest for later then. Good evening to you both. You go your separate ways for now. And we shall continue. Hey, look who it is. My, that was a bit of a close call there. Nightwings. Is that the right voice? Are you perhaps intent... Oh, here we go. Now I found it. My, that was a bit of a close call there. Nightwings. Are you perhaps intent upon humiliating us even more after last time? Now then, we've a most pressing engagement soon, so I'm afraid we've little time for chat. Much as I do cherish our exchanges, we must beg your leave until some other time. The fuck out of here. Valfred joins you as you soar high above the storm-ravaged waters on approach to the infamous Isle of Kelmir. One of the downside's celestial landmarks, the traitor Kelmer Ropecollar fled to this strange isle and met a fitting end.
Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside's small misfortunes, I suppose.
The wagon's drive imps seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now even than usual, sir.
Perhaps they feel some sort of connection to this place. Tariq, do you suppose the Fate were able to make it here intact?
They ought to have seen it in the stars, though. We soon shall know for certain.
That we shall. Take us in, please, reader.
Alright, so I'm going to take a quick BRB before we land, and don't go anywhere because I will return. And we're back. Hey there, B. Glad you made it. We are next going to touch down at Sharp Shoal, where Pametha says she can sway the coming right against the fate in your favor here, or the Barb Reef, where Sir Gilman insists the waters along the path contain riches for those who can find them. Wouldn't mind some riches right now, honestly. You make landing within the Deathless Tempest, far west of where you first breached through the shores beyond. You wonder which sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters, though for now, you have some time left before continuing onward. Survey the sea! Oh wait. Jodariel seemed more reserved even than usual since her confrontation with Ignarius and the Tempers. Nonetheless, she addresses you. Are we in some far northern European peninsula? Essentially, yeah. Also, we're in real time, so don't freak out if I respond to you quickly. Tell me something, reader. Back where you came from, did you have someone whom you considered close? There was no one. You tell Jodariel that you had nobody close enough to be worth mentioning back in the Commonwealth. She shows no reaction to this, but you can tell that she's listening. I see. I led a solitary life as well, though for a time I had someone. It is something which did not end well, but there were times. She trails off. We had our times. She looks up at you then. That Ignarius, he's a base fool. We have not a thing in common save a set of horns. Shit. I went to unmute myself and I missed one of the two buttons in the key combination. Hopefully that was only a couple of lines that I was muted. Have you considered building a very large magnet and secretly lacing Iceland with metallic shit? Yeah, every day. Alright. Tell her Ignarius seems alright. Tell her Ignarius seems like trouble. Tell her you care for her. That's the only right answer, right? Ignarius would be a base fool indeed to not see what he sees in her. You admit, not without some degree of difficulty, that you've grown to care for her yourself. You understand full well how Ignarius must feel. You knew from the first that you had never met anyone like her, but you could never have surmised the degree to which this turned out to be true. Jodariel says nothing at first. Brave of you to say. Such flattery. How brave of you to say. In turn, and as this conversation demonstrates, I have come to value your kinship. But we shall have to draw a boundary there for a variety of reasons. I know I am not being delicate, but you and I both understand, I think, how feelings operate. Please, forgive me mine. I care for you, and I am grateful that you care for me. She departs with a nod. You sense her mood grown darker for the moment, not because of anything you said, but because of how she knows she made you feel. Aww. Pat me some imps. Oh, this one. Oh, never mind. Here he is. Hey there, little drive imps. I'm assuming that the rest of the drive imps that we can no longer see are just huddled up in Tizo's nest. You're surveying the horizon amid the eerie stillness of Barb Reef when Sir Gilman springs forth, commanding your attention. It used to go by Barbara, but decided Barb sounded so much less what the fuck? Every other flavor text here has been something serious, a quote from an in-world person, something like that, and then they throw this at me. Was this left in? Was this left in by accident in the final script? Jesus fucking Christ. Hark, Master Reader! By this knight's keen eye, he has spotted something in the depths! Sir Gilman plunges into the waters, then soon re-emerges, bearing something new. A veritable boon for the glory of the Nightwings! You received a salt tea. It can be sold at the slug market. It is sopping wet. On and 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 on. A messenger imp tracks you down in the tumultuous waters of deathless tempest to bring you news and rumors from the other side. This report's subject is Tamitha, blood sister to Pamitha and stoic leader of the Essence. She was liberated at the fall of Solium, her transgressions all forgiven upon her return. And yet old enmities remained in spite of Commonwealth tradition, or because of them. Tamitha found herself held up in many rounds of questioning, each less informal than the last. All concerned the movements of her sisters in the High Wing remnants. Refusing to cooperate, Tamitha demanded safe passage to her native lands, yet remains detained. She holds that her own blood sister must have thwarted her once more. Meanwhile, the Essence are refusing to conduct the rites with any other race, and have not found a suitable replacement. You suspect you shall not face them in the rites again. As you finish reciting the imp's message, you take notice of Pamitha's reaction. I'm worse than dead to her by now, I think. Nonetheless, I'm grateful she's returned, and I'll try to hold up hope that she'll be the wiser for it. You thank the messenger imp for delivering its news and let it make good use of some of the Black Wagon's facilities before watching as it flutters off towards the horizon. You will be completely unsurprised if Pamitha and Tamitha have a sister named Samitha. Yeah, could happen. Your wagon shudders to a halt at the Isle of Kelmer. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidding feel. In the distance, you hear odd gibbering noises that sound like drive imps. Sir Gilman is training intently when you approach. Master Reader, this knight was so engulfed in memories of the Sea Dominion that he failed to detect your stealthy advance to his position. Splendidly done! This knight would have been vanquished by you, easily! This knight is fortunate to have you as an ally rather than a mortal foe! His kind routinely clambers from the depths of the Sea Dominion to seek greater glory and perhaps a slightly longer life expectancy within your commonwealth. Such an honor it would be to be assigned to the rank of knight and be conscripted into the front lines of the Commonwealth against their vicious winged enemies. In the Sea Dominion, it was our ultimate goal to fight our way to the surface, past our brethren, past the razor reefs, the strangle kelp, the snaggle fins, and prey upon our kind. Sir Gilman continues listing undersea dangers and terrors for some time. Past the blood sniffers, the electric scallops, the rogue worms of the frigid current, the paralyzing nets of the farfishers, and even past the scalding waters of the glowing trench. Finally, he trails off. Yet even despite the myriad challenges of living in the Sea Dominion, it is each would-be worm knight's duty to abandon that place at his or her soonest convenience. How humorous it was to learn that life within your commonwealth had quite a bit in common with our existence under sea. 'Twas not all pomp and glory as the stories told. Perhaps it is our lot as worm knights to bring strife with us wherever we should go. For even here, it seems, is our kind pitted against our brethren and all others. He remained silent for a while, but then... "Now well, it is fortunate that this knight found within this place so fine a company as yours. It is a most different change of pace to strive toward a common purpose rather than strive constantly to outperform each other towards one's own self-gain. Although, to the extent we are competing still, this knight shall ever strive to take the lead. Make no mistake about that, Master Reader. This knight was born to be the best, just like all the billions like him. Now he is off to steal himself. Your pardon, Master Reader." He scoots off somewhere to continue with his self-made training regimen. Sir Gilman gained +1 quickness. Everyone is a fan of Sir Gilman. I'm a fan of all these people except Hedvin. I like Hedvin. He was a pain in the ass to do his trial, but I like Hedvin a lot. He's a sweetheart. Wow, you guys, how'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for extra special customers. Haha, I'm only joking. Only joking. You're the only customers I got. Got you again. Only joking about that, too, because I got tons of customers. It's just they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? Anyway, I just got a little something here which maybe you'll be into. Been hearing about these little numbers for a while. Check them out. He reveals to you a set of twin rings, a jeweled band. Ooh, nice. At the start of the round, briefly gain infinite stamina if an ally has the ruined band. The ruined band also grants +3 to 3 stats. Presence, quickness, present. Okay, they're both the same. So those are pretty cool when you pair them together. Yeah, that's kind of who is this slug? That is the question. We know who this slug is, and we know who this slug is, but who is this little slug? Oh wow, my cursor's not showing up. That's a little weird. Isn't my cursor supposed to normally show up? Huh, that's really strange. I mean, the cursor is skinned, so y'all should be able to see it. That's really strange. Yeah, it's slug all the way down. It sure is. These things is supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean? But anybody could probably use them, provided they buy them off of me anyway. I was gonna get them for myself, but anyway, let me know if you want them. They cost 88 each, so we can't afford them right now. Might come back around to them. There is no... Tribe snuff. No, we don't want that. Oh, it's ruined, not ruined band. That makes more sense. Alright, we can just continue on for now. Thanks, guys! Good luck in that thing you're going to do tonight! We shall overcome. As the sky begins to darken over the Isle of Kelmere, you see one of your adversaries clad in the colors of the Fates step forward. Where is Faye? She arrives on cue. Oh, hi, Almer. Hello. Father asked me to salute you and the Nightwings. So here I am, then. Consider yourself saluted. Oh, okay, and may the scribes watch over you and Mr. Oldheart. They shall do no such thing. Know that I am only doing this to ease Father's worries, such as I can. But when night falls, you are all my adversaries, nothing more. He walks away even as the darkness grows, and the stars begin to shine. I'm absolutely amazed that technology has gotten to the point where there's basically zero delay between you responding to a message and me hearing your response. Yeah, it's pretty nice, and so far it's not fucking up too bad. Alright, so call upon the Titan Stars to rank up faster. Your adversaries each gain plus 8 presence. Well, that might not be too bad. Yeah, like I said, these things, they don't really help a whole lot unless you stack a bunch of them, so fuck it. We're just gonna do easy mode here. Leave them all off. Yeah, so far it's alright, as long as you're not losing too many frames, I guess. I have it off because I'm worried about it breaking everything. And it absolutely will break things on a slower connection. I know that for a fact.
A glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles of the Nightwings. The 8 scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Kael'na. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. The triumvirate you stand against shall be...
Twitch also claimed to have turned it on automatically for us, but they hadn't really. Like, they put the link there or they put the notice there that said, hey, this has been turned on. But then when I went to check, it was actually still off and I had to turn it on manually.
The fate. Extinguish now their pyre, and glory shall be yours. Now, prepare yourselves.
Hail once again, O Nightwings! My son Alder tells me you've treated him most graciously. For that, I am most grateful. Father, I said no such thing. But as we all know each other well now, I suggest that we dispense with further interactions for the time. We must not let our hearts take sway when we are here to honor the scribes. Faye listens intently to all this, and then... Oh, you're right, Mr. Oldheart. I never thought of it that way, but you're right. Almer, when all this is over, someday not too long from now, and the scribes are satisfied and we've served them well, then will you be my friend? I don't know. Okay, I know you mean that too. Until then, may the scribes protect us all. May the scribes protect us all. I'm back. Sorry I'm late. I'm ready now to do my part however I can.
Who shall strive for freedom?
Alright. Toss in Faye.
Faye,
Toss in Birdie. And, oh, who else? Rookie hasn't been on in a while, and he's about to level, so...
it is done.
We got this, people. Let us stand together now, my son. Always, father. I am ready.
As the rite commences, the imps throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Gotta love these giant fucking imps just swimming through the ground in their referee outfits.
Our struggles and our plan, mere entertainment to these lonesome creatures.
Currently sitting at 33%, so that's nice. Hey, Quake's a good choice.
Begging your pardon, sir, the imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now they offered a bounty in Sol if our triumvirate proves worthy. They would pay us. In exchange for what exactly? And where did they get the soul, for that matter? My understanding is they wish to see us perform feats of glory.
Flashy displays of mastery in the rites, which certain types of imps are willing to pay to see.
As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much Sol lies lost within the sea? Reader, it may seem beneath you, but the opportunity is real if the Sol could be of benefit. Indeed. Then, reader, my girl, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs.
Hey, that's just like streaming, right?
Ha ha!
We trust your judgment now. Let us distract you further. Let us not distract you further here.
Henceforth you shall be tasked with feats of glory in the rites. Aren't we like halfway through the game? Jesus Christ. Need the lone minstrel's hat. I thought I needed a 10-gallon hat that actually holds 10 gallons, but now I know I need the lone minstrel's hat. There you go, B. Salute the imps. Oh, shit. Okay. Banish 2 exiles and a single aura cast. Maybe. That might happen. Oh, bullshit. Where the fuck is the ball? Oh, it's all the way back there. There we go. Dunk it in.
Is the first to falter.
Oh, shit. Got me.
How fun!
How fun. Oh, shit. Got me. Fuck. Oh, damn.
True, and thus your pyre wanes.
That was good.
Nightwings seem to be falling behind.
Boom.
Runs into the pyre. Let's see you Nightwings keep this up. Alma banished.
Fuck. No.
The orb sails forth into the flame.
Bloody hell.
Your pyre shall soon be ashes on the ground.
Yoink. The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling onto the sacred grounds. Lo, our onlookers, they cannot seem to help themselves. Please, good creatures, stay back for your sakes.
What are those blasted creatures doing? This is a sacred tradition, not some boorish spectacle.
Alright, let's see if I can banish. Yes! Got it! That's what I was going for. Oh, shit.
Oh, poor old Dalbert.
Oh, got me. Oh, fuck.
Now go!
Okay. Oh, damn.
Disaster.
It intercepted my fucking pass there.
A show of strength from the Nightwings' opponents. Unfortunate for Dalbert.
Oh, shit. Oh, come on.
Poor thing.
No! Damn it.
Sputters.
Oh my god, I couldn't get around the damn thing.
Unfortunate for Dalbert.
Oh, shit. Oh, come on. Can't believe I missed that. No, run this way. Why are you running the wrong way? She ran directly away from my cursor. Ugh. You know what? We're going to restart that one because I don't want to lose it. That's me. Alright.
Who shall strive for
Oh, I felt
freedom?
ripped off by that. Like, seriously.
Fey,
My cursor was, like, literally on my pyre. And...
Rookie.
well, that's the long and short of it. And she ran up to, like, the northwest corner. It was bizarre. Alright, let's try this again.
Now,
Same team, second verse, a little bit louder and a little bit worse. Yes, I know how it works. Thank you.
begin.
Boom. That's how it works.
Upon the flame.
Nope.
Thought they had you there.
Ah, come on. Yoink. There we go. I don't know if we're gonna get that bonus this time. Shit seemed to get worse after I got it, though that was probably coincidental. Oh, I see. They have a hard time following the cursor if it's outside of the bounds of the battlefield.
Resplendent.
I see what happened now, and I don't like it. The imps grow more agitated, yada yada.
What are those blasted creatures doing? This is a sacred tradition, not some boorish spectacle.
I mean, yeah, they say that about soccer, too. Boom!
Plunged into the adversary's.
Oh yeah, now we're just tearing this shit apart.
The rite is nearly ended.
Oop! Oh shit, right into it. What the fuck? I can't even keep up with this. Neither can they, apparently.
The fires of his foe.
Yoink!
It is done.
It is done.
The Nightwings prevail again.
Imps are basically football pitch haunting interdimensional cat sharks. Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Ceremony is
Just be happy they're not singing rude versions of popular songs. It seems this was not to be our night, Almer. Yet praise to the scribes for granting us the opportunity at all.
what stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles.
Alright, Rookie, level up. Now he gets his ultimate. You know, with all this rights business, there's been this one real fancy move I've been mulling for a while, and I think I finally got I could pull it off. Guiding. Oh, I missed what it did.
She now stands
Alright, now
closer
Faye gets
to
her
the
ultimate
scribes.
too.
The
I feel
little
so
moon
overwhelmed,
dust
I think, because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up whenever I begin to think I'm gonna fall. She gets false step. If Faye's banished while jumping, she instantly returns to the origin of her jump. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Gertrude's Its lust for knowledge becomes
The
manifest.
strange designs of the ancient scribes, their everlasting sorceries are strong within this land, and we shall yet make further use of them, we think.
Alright. Let's go with the Greater Blast. Just make that shit bigger.
Until the stars align.
It's amazing how much easier these matches are once I'm ready for them. After you and your fellow exiles thwarted the fate, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Faye seems to be unwell, although you cannot yet sense why.
How are you feeling, madam?
So tired, I feel like I'm not even here, if that makes any sense.
I see. Then please do not exert yourself or try.
The lone minstrel motions for you to come closer.
Reader, Faye appeared rather disoriented. More fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely present, symptoms of banishment sickness.
An ailment suffered by those who frequently conduct the rites, debilitating but fleeting.
She should soon be able to take part in light activities, I think, but under no circumstance shall she be able to conduct the coming rite. Now then, I ought not keep you from the stars above. Please, go have a look at them, for all of us, I think, are anxious to depart this place.
The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Alright, so we can go to Orez to fight the Withdrawn, the Bog Witches. We can go to Jomur to fight Chungus Nungus Tungus, Chungus number 2. Or Gaul to fight Chungus number 1. I hope his ship's damaged beyond repair. So what do you think? One of the Chungi or the Bog Witches? Anyone have any preference? Chungus Prime? Not a bad call. Lisa also votes Chungus. Alright. Fight whichever is biggest, says B. I missed that one. Yeah, I think Monley's a bit bigger than the other two. Just because he's a tree.
Ah, the chastity and old manly. He is without shame. The product of corruption that now festers in the Commonwealth.
You and Volfred then go over what he knows of your next adversary.
H. Manly Tinderstauf, the offspring of a semi-famous sap industrialist. He was born into wealth and lived in the lap of luxury, never having to fend for himself. When he came of age, he soon was offered cushy ambassador positions that required little more than a silver tongue to convince the Commonwealth he was keeping busy. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing much at all that he started spending all his family's riches to assert his fame and status. One day he attempted to pay off the wrong individual, a particularly stern Commonwealth diplomat. Promptly turned him in and had him sent downriver. Manly was very disappointed by all this, but soon saw in it an opportunity. For he knew well that in the inner circles, there were those who had gone into exile and returned. Thanks to his connections, he tracked down the Chastity deep in Wakingwood. He finagled his way onto the Triumvirate using his well-worn skills. He in turn convinced himself that he would earn a position of great influence once he secured his way back to his home. He continues making hollow promises. Our plan is going to prevent such characters as Manly from coming to power, mark my words. For now, we ought to prepare to seek the stars again with an adequate night's rest.
You bid Volfred a good night and make your leave. It's too late now to prepare for flight, so you arrange to depart first thing in the morning. You're unaccustomed to seeing Bertrude smiling, and yet there she is, doing just that. You soon see why. You've observed before how her manner seems to soften to the degree it can whenever Volfred is around.
If only I could have seen their faces then. What was your secret, dare I ask, dear Bertrude?
It appears that they're reminiscing about old times in the Commonwealth.
Flame-resistant inks, Sandalwood. 'Twas the inks themselves which kept those volumes from being burnt to ash.
Flame-resistant inks, of course. The good officers who came to visit, they were so intent on burning all the evidence, they did not stop to think the evidence was fireproof.
Alas, they later found a way to burn thy stamping press regardless. Thy written words they moved us many times, and many others whomst we knew there in the southern bogs.
No matter, Bertrude. What is done is done. At least we made it difficult for them. Is that not so? While introducing some of our fellow citizens to new ideas.
Perhaps.
My words would not have reached near half as many were it not for you. Not to mention how I managed to elude them for another decade or so. I am ever thankful for sacrifice.
Thy thanks shall not be necessary, Sandalwood.
Well, you shall have taken them from me anyhow. Thank you, Bertrude, for helping to fulfill a modest author's dream. What good's a stamping press without good inks?
No good at all.
They exchange a laugh at this, but then, even still and even through this new ordeal, thou hast no love for us, is that not so?
Bertrude,
Nay, we understand full well. Thou needst not further explain thyself.
there are different kinds of love, Bertrude.
On that account, thou hast nothing to teach us, Sandalwood.
H remained silent for a time.
Our hearts, they cannot be controlled, Bertrude. Blasted things they are, they act well on their own.
He puts away his pipe. I am blessed to have you in my life, back in the Commonwealth, and here as well.
I mean that, although I know it is not enough.
At first, Bertrude does not seem to acknowledge this in any way, but then...
Nay, Sandalwood, it is enough. It is enough.
Well, hi there, Mayday. Good to see you. She departs without awaiting a response, brushing past you as she goes. Volfred soon turns away as well, politely bidding you a good evening. The two old friends have evidently managed their way past certain tensions in their long-standing relationship. They rather seem to draw a certain strength from one another. Alright, now we can continue on. Let's get out of here. Maybe we can slam into someone again. Oh, there's someone. No, get back here. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's the big idea, huh?
Oh, it's you, Nightwings. Come to rub it in again, I guess.
We Tempers, we've been trading flames with you who knows how long. So what? You got us once or twice lately. Matter of time before we go and get you back. So you might want to keep that in mind next time you go messing with these horns, hear me? You play with the horns, you get the bull! Wait. Now get out of my way. Yeah, he really is just Bruce Campbell. It's pretty amazing. Alright, couple of spots to look at. Yonder lies the Ridge of Gull, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader? The myths of the downside, that it is no mere ridge of stone, but remains of Lord Gandroth, once slain by Gulathanian. I'm starting to find it hard to speak, so I may cut it off either before or right after the next rite. Once slain by Gulathanian himself. Though perhaps such tales are of little import now when you stand to confront the chastity there in just a short while. As you fly aloft over the downside prairie, where first your path diverged, you see Joe Dario peering down at the lands below. You took us through to Hollow Root that first time, if memory serves, reader. Taking sides with Greentail rather than with me. It took me a considerable length of time after that point to come to the conclusion that you were not a complete fool. Hey, watch it then, Jody! My sister is a real deciding judge of character, and has a good direction sense for that matter. We'd probably all be stuck in a bog still if she listened to you back then. Oh, indeed. They both seem to be in good spirits, reminiscing about old times. Jodariel and Ruki gain +1 hope for the next rite. They're just like siblings. Alright, so I guess we're landing right... Oh, there's another thing. You soar near the border... Achievement unlocked, Sky Explorer. You soar near the border of the Sand Folds, where your companions first found you in the downside long ago. There's nothing for you there, and you wish to never see it again. Yep. That's about right. You make a successful landing in Downside Prairie near the southern edge of the downside. Memories of having first met Hedvin, Jodariel, and Ruki come flooding back. You now should have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward toward the Ridge of Gull by land. Alright. Search for valuables. Sounds like a plan. You and Jodariel spend much of the rest of the day searching through the lush overgrowth of Hollow Root until at last you find something of value. So it would seem at least, as neither you nor Jodariel can tell exactly what it is, for the object lies beyond your grasp. You consider methods to retrieve it. Yeah, I'll work with Jodariel to retrieve the object we found. In doing so, you will have to give up time you could spend on vocations. That's fine. After toiling away together for some time, at last you find the object that you sought within your grasp. You and Jodariel take a moment to examine it. Free object. You found fertile soil. Something for your trouble. 74 gold at the slug market, not bad. Alright, Ridge of Gull, let's rock. Slug market. Hey guys! Say, what are you guys doing all the way back here? You know, it's not so bad here. I was thinking, and I got some pretty good stuff. I think you ought to check it out. He won't admit it, but he's clearly following us. Alright, let's grab... Ooh, +5 levels. Alright. Let's do that. Come see us again, guys! Page revealed. Downside diseases. Well, that's nice. Isn't that nice? Alright, who needs to level their talisman? We could max out hers, which would make her aura cast just fucking lethal. Like it's not already, right? Yeah, let's do it. Downside Clinger. Yields fruit from time to time, but only if one says the magic word. Receive downbear. Oh, okay, it actually works. Entertaining, but would unleash calamity if it ever were to be unbottled. Ooh, let's unbottle it. And just a sec, what's a downberry do? Can be sold at the slug market for 5 gold. Alright. Could do worse. So I think we're going to cut it there, because it's like 2 minutes to 11. And like I said, I'm having a very hard time speaking. Doing voices is apparently very tiring. Who knew? Nothing, Barry. What's down with you? You were almost a Jill sandwich. So let's look at the schedule for the next week. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That's Community Day. Got some Minecraft going on. Any regulars in the chat are welcome to join Alice and Christy on our community server. Let's see. If you don't have access to it, we'll have to just get in touch with one of us, and we'll pass the information on to our server administrator, Alvaro. Thursday is Alice continuing to build, with Christy's help, the Lego Technic 42078 Mac Anthem truck. She just finished the bones of the trailer and is going to continue on from there. She's got 2 more big steps to do. Might be 1 more stream, might be 2, before moving on to the bootleg version, which will start shortly after. Friday is Katie with more Deponia. Y'all know Deponia. We got a little content warning for that one, of course, which is there are occasional ableist slurs, which is not the best, but it's a very funny game aside from that. So just go in knowing that you might hear some words that we all might prefer not to. Saturday morning will be Christy with either Magic the Gathering or perhaps some kind of digital art stream. Probably drawing. All right. Then Sunday it's Sue continuing with Earthbound from Moonside. And Monday, is that the art stream Monday? Or Alright. Let me take a look at this. Monday is the Passepartout art stream, wherein she paints digitally in Passepartout on request, and then we pick one for her to paint on canvas right there on the webcam on the stream. It's good stuff. Y'all know how to support us. It's been great. And I hope you'll follow our team too, who are up on the BRB stream and are listed down below. Every single one of them is a great streamer. And I think B is going to stream something tonight that's In the Land of the Rising Sun. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you next time. Good night.